I'm going to be 100% truthful and 100% candid here in terms of CTE. It's definitely an ongoing problem. Anytime that you have guys sliding heads that weigh 300 something pounds, I mean, something's going to happen, right? And you can take all this new technology, you can make the helmets better, you can make the rules safer, you can do all these things. But at the end of the day, there's no denying in the NFL that these guys are getting bigger, faster, and stronger every single year, and our brains aren't adapting. Our skulls aren't adapting. Like the way our minds are put together is exactly the same. So I appreciate all the precautions that are happening in the NFL now with the rule changes and whatnot, but you're still going to have problems, and I wish I had the answer of what you can do to help CT. I've been pretty blessed where I have had some, concussions and things of that nature, but for the most part, I haven't really received any of the side effects of those yet, and that's to kind of knock on wood going forward that I don't have those things. And that's something that you kind of accept when you sign up, I think it's kind of instilled as a kid, like you understand the risks of playing football. But, my time in the NFL, where you think it would be kind of open-minded where if you have a concussion, you report it, that's just not the case. And then I feel like that's still the same. Now, granted, my last year playing for the Chicago Bears, my last team was in 2014, so I'm not sure if the dynamic has shifted at all. But you have to remember, if you're a guy that's trying to make a roster and you get a concussion, if you go to the training table, especially during training camp where you're trying to make the team, if you go report that concussion, a couple things happen. Number one, you have to sit out. And that's the worst thing you can do if you're trying to make a team in training camp is sitting out, because then all of a sudden, the team, the coaches, the GM, there's no film of you. So they can't, bring you back on the team because you're not putting out any film. So you have to sit, and that's bad news, especially if you're trying to make a team. And number two is that it goes on your record. And say you're a free agent, say you're trying to get, a new contract and everything. Well, all a team has to do is go in your medical history, see you've had 3 or 4 concussions, and they're not going to sign you because they're taking the risk.
Man. So
a lot of guys, and listen, I'm not going to speak for everybody because I'm sure everybody's different, but from my standpoint, when I played in the league, there was no way I was going to report a concussion. The only way I was going to report a concussion is if I was knocked out unconscious, because then obviously, yeah, I was probably concussed. But I remember going through training camp, having headaches and everything, and just trying to chase them down with aspirin or ibuprofen, and having to, just having to try to go back out there. And I know a lot of guys that have had that issue. And another big issue with the NFL is the use of opiates, where there's been science proven where if you want to use like CBD or medical marijuana, they might have better effects for concussions and head symptoms, but the way it's set up right now is we just chase everything with ibuprofen or, like a stronger pain pill. And then, of course, with pain pills, that masks the concussion symptoms. And then, you have guys 3 or 4 years out of the league, guys that I shared a locker room with, guys that that I consider brothers, that you see getting in trouble for domestic violence or, just making bad decisions. And it's the guys that, that I always went to vouch for. All of a sudden I'm seeing these completely different people. And I think CT's got a direct correlation to that.